morning everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hopefully you're having a good day. This is gonna be my first weekly reading vlog and I wanted to make things a little bit more exciting for my first weekly vlog. So I decided that I was gonna read all of the Twilight novels. Hopefully I could get it done within the week, but if not, I'll spread it out to 2 weeks. So just to give some context, back when I was in high school, I had read the first Twilight novel and I really liked it, but then when I started reading the second one, I was like, this kind of sucks, and then I just gave up reading the rest of them. Then I watched all of the movies and I really liked the movies. They were almost kind of like so bad that they're good kind of thing. My cousin and my best friend and I, we all loved the Twilight series, so we've always just been like really into it. I feel like if it was coming out today, like if I was my age right now, then I wouldn't be as into it, but since it was like something that came out while I was in high school, I feel like that's what contributes to it. It's just kind of nostalgic to be watching the movies and reading the books. So I've actually never read any of the rest of the books except like maybe a little bit of New Moon, but I haven't read Eclipse or Breaking Dawn at all. So I'm really excited to read those. So you may have seen in my thumbnail that my books are not the regular Twilight novels. I actually have the white version of the Twilight novels. It's like a white edition, and this is what they look like. Let me turn down the brightness of this. This is what they look like and they're really pretty, and let me also show you the covers of one of them because it's also pretty cool. So this is what Twilight looks like. It doesn't have any title on it, and then this is what the back looks like. They each have their own quotes from the book. They're all like pretty floppy too, which I really like. This set also came with The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner, which I didn't know was a book, but maybe if I can get to it, I'll read that one too. The reason why I got this white edition of the Twilight Saga was not only because it was really pretty, but also because it was a lot cheaper than the full regular set, which are black books. I wanted to save money, so I got these instead. As many of us know, Midnight Sun just came out recently, which is, I believe it's from Edward's perspective, but it's like the same as Twilight except just from Edward's perspective. And I do have that on my Kindle, but I don't plan on reading it this time. Maybe next time, but not this time. It's also been really gloomy lately, which I love because it's Twilight, and whenever it's like fall and I don't know, it's just like really nice to see the weather to be gloomy when you're reading a book like this. I don't know if that makes any sense. Other than the fact that I'm trying to read all the Twilight books, I also have a busy week ahead of me. For those of you who don't know, I'm in school right now, so I always have some pretty big assignments like every week. Just because we're on the quarter system and it's like all our quarters are like 10 weeks long, so everything just like super fast. So that's why I was saying earlier that if it doesn't end up taking me a week, I'm gonna make this vlog like 2 weeks long. But I'll be checking in with you guys anytime like I get to an important part of the book, or if I end up finishing one of the books. So hopefully I can get through Twilight today and then start on Breaking Dawn. No. Hopefully I can finish Twilight today and then start on New Moon either tonight or tomorrow. I already started reading Twilight last night and I'm on chapter 8. Maybe I will be able to finish it today, but I'm not gonna try and get my hopes up because I really want to get ahead on my homework. But so far it's really great. For someone who has been watching the movies this whole time, I feel like Bella is a lot more snarkier in the books than she is in the movies, which I really like because I'm kind of the same way. And what I also really like is that sometimes she's saying to herself that she's being like really ridiculous, which I really love. Because in the movies, to me, she's kind of annoying because I'm not like a huge fan of like the meek type. I really like strong-willed characters, which it kind of shows sometimes, but we'll get into that as we continue reading this book. Also, what I really like about the Twilight novels is that Stephenie Meyer is kind of specific when it comes to cars, and I looked it up and she said that a couple of her brothers are car enthusiasts, so I really love that about these books, and hopefully one day I can talk about all the cars of Twilight. Somebody had suggested in my booktube newbie tag that I should make a video of talking about cars that are in books and stuff, and the Twilight series was one of the first kinds of books that came to my mind when they mentioned that. So once I'm done reading all of these books, then maybe I will film a video talking about all the cars of Twilight. I've already started tabbing all the places where she talks about cars, so it's gonna be a good video. I think that's it for now, and I'll check back in with you guys later as soon as I can when I'm not busy doing homework. See you guys later. Good evening, everyone. So it is now about 9 p.m. I am 40% of the way through Twilight. It's looking like I'm not gonna finish it tonight, which I was hoping for, but I kind of procrastinated on some of my homework, so I was working on a lot of homework, catching up on lecture and all that stuff, so I didn't have time to read Twilight. So this will probably end up being like a two-part video series of me just having like this Twilight readathon. So I'm gonna try and get through as much as I can tonight, and then tomorrow hopefully I can finish Twilight and then start on New Moon tomorrow. So far I think it's great. I really don't remember reading this when I was in high school, which was probably like 10 years ago, but I do specifically remember reading this book and then moving on to New Moon and hating it. So I'm pretty sure that I read this, but it feels like I'm reading it for the first time. As someone who has watched the movies like a lot, I feel like the book is better, and I don't know why, I just never knew that the books were that much better, but this is definitely way better than the movies. Like, I feel so bad that the movies were done so terribly. For some reason I just never got to reading these books, but we'll see as time goes on, or as I read more of these, how I feel and all that. Oh yeah, I also remember making a comment, or maybe I said it in a video, saying that if there's a vampire story then I've probably read it. And I feel like such a hypocrite because I've never read the whole Twilight series. And then somebody also mentioned the Vampire Academy series, which I've also never read. So I feel like maybe I should do another like vampire story readathon and try and read as many of those books as I can too. But we'll see. I'm really tired right now, so I'm gonna wash my face, get ready for bed, try and read as much as I can of this Twilight book, and then hopefully tomorrow I can get a head start on reading some more, but we'll see. All right, good night. Hello everyone. So I'm about 55% of the way through Twilight. So I have like 6 hours left of the audiobook, which it doesn't seem like that long, and I could probably get it done by the end of today. But this is definitely gonna be a two-part series, I guess, because it's going very slow. I would have preferred to do this while I wasn't in school so that I would have time to read as much as I can in like a day and stuff, but I was super in the mood to be reading some Twilight, especially since the weather was kind of gloomy yesterday, and it also kind of rained yesterday too. But there are no rules and I have school, so that's my excuse. Also, this is my daily look. I try not to wear makeup every single day, so that's also part of the reason why I don't do weekly vlogs. But if I'm doing these quick little check-ins, I guess it's fine for me to not be wearing that much makeup. So the plan for the rest of today is that I have class at 9 a.m. up until 12:20, and then right after that I'm meeting up with like my homework group, and we usually do homework until 2 p.m. So it's gonna be kind of a long day, and I'm kind of dreading it because I also haven't started my big programming assignment that's due on Friday. I'm gonna have to do a lot of work on that too. I also have homework due on Thursday. Why did I do this to myself? I'm taking 3 really thick classes. So one of them is statistics, the other one is discrete math, and then I'm also taking a programming class. And then I'm also taking a programming class that's programming in C, which I've never done before, and it's kind of confusing. But thankfully I've been managing so far. Oh, I just remembered I have a quiz today. Okay, well, I'm gonna go study, I guess. So I'll talk to you guys later. Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, so you know what that means, or maybe you don't. Fridays I usually have discussion, and this is the discussion where we have to turn our cameras on. Hello. Sometimes she thinks that I'm talking to her, but I'm actually like on the phone or talking to the camera. So yeah, on Fridays we have discussion, and on this discussion we have to turn our cameras and mics on. So normally it's the day that I decide to film because, you know, it's nice to put on some makeup and look good, even though it doesn't really matter. It's a pretty sunny day, so I'm pretty excited about that. So it's probably gonna be a good filming day. Hopefully there's no clouds that will change the lighting. I'm trying to film my April wrap up today and then get that edited by the end of today. But I just wanted to give you a quick update on the whole Twilight thing I'm doing. I think the last time I checked in with you was probably like Tuesday, and then Wednesday I actually got my second dose of the vaccine, so I didn't get to film that day because I was really tired, and then I was also really tired yesterday, so I didn't film those 2 days. But I did end up finishing, where is it? But I did finish Twilight, and I already got started on New Moon. I'm probably like 35% through on New Moon. I should have expected this, but New Moon, I'm going a little bit slower on that one, but it's okay. There's no real like time limit on this, even though I told myself I'd probably try and get these done in like a week or so. But no pressure on myself to finish it because I also have school, as I've mentioned a million times before. What I want to say about Twilight is that I really don't remember reading this when I was in high school because I've watched the movie so many times that I already know what's gonna happen. But when I was reading this, I was like, yo, this is like way better than the movies, right? Bella is a lot more sassy. She says a lot more things that are assertive of who she is. Like she's not vocal, but yeah, she is kind of vocal about what she wants and stuff. Like I said, a little bit sassy, which I really love. And that character just doesn't shine through in the movies, which is pretty upsetting. I can't really remember how the sentiment was when the movies came out, but I know that everyone always says that the movies are so terrible and like so bad they're good. I'm kind of upset with how the movies have been done, even though I've watched the movies so many times. So the two characters that I'm super interested besides the main characters is Alice and Carlisle. Alice especially because in the beginning of this book, it talks about how Alice just woke up as a vampire and like didn't really know where she came from or who changed her or anything like that. And I thought that was really interesting, and I said to my friends that it would be really cool if they did like an Alice spin-off, because it's really interesting that she just became how she was on her own, probably because she had the ability to see into the future and see who she would become. And then this is just a spoiler, but at the end she kind of finds out what generally happened to her, which I find really interesting, and I would really love to learn more about Alice. So Stephanie Meyer, if you're watching this, it would be really cool if you would do an Alice spin-off. I don't know if anyone's ever said this yet, but it would just be super cool to learn more about Alice and see how she lived her life before she met the Cullens and Jasper. So I rated this a 5 out of 5 stars because I was really happy to be reading this. I was just like super happy to be reading this. I really can't remember reading this when I was in high school, so this is kind of like the first time that I've ever read this, even though it's like the second time. But I'm really glad that I read this because now I can say that the book is better than the movie. I know everyone says that about like every movie. So I started New Moon a couple days ago. I think I started on Wednesday, It's a lot more slow going, and I should have expected that, but I feel like this go around I'm doing a lot better, because I guess at this point in my life I'm a little bit more invested in the characters because I watched the movie so much, and I kind of want to learn more about Jacob too and see how different his portrayal is in the book versus the movie also. Because in the movie he is kind of like pushy in an annoying way, and I feel like being pushy just in general is really annoying. But at this point in the book, he's kind of like, you know, it's okay if you don't feel the same way about me, but I'm gonna be here no matter what for you, which I kind of like. I like it better than in the movie, which I'm not really remembering. Maybe it's because the movies, they have to build this friendship a lot faster, so his pushiness came off like really weird to me. But with where I'm at in the story, I think that it's not as bad, but we'll see as time goes on, because I'm still like not that far in their like whole relationship and stuff. I'm liking this dynamic a lot more than what I remember. I think when I was a teenager reading this, I was like, I just like Edward. I just want to read about Edward, so that's probably why I gave up on this one. But now I'm like, I'm kind of more interested in reading about Jacob, so it's a lot better this time. I think that's all I have to say about these books. That is it for now. I'll probably check in maybe later, maybe tonight. We'll see what happens, but if I don't see you, then it'll probably be on Monday when I see you next time. I'll probably end this vlog when I finish New Moon, and then I'll start like a part 2 of this. It's not like a readathon, but yeah, I guess like part 2 of this like Twilight reading vlog, I guess. That way it's not like very long. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish New Moon today, but I'll definitely get through a good portion of it, but we'll see. I'm gonna go film a video right now, so I'll see you later. Hi everyone, it is Sunday afternoon and it's almost 4 p.m. right now. I have about 100 pages left of New Moon, and I'm really excited to finish because this will be getting a lot further than I did before. I'm really excited to finally be able to finish the rest of this book and then move on to the other 2 books. I honestly almost can't believe how far I've gotten in such a short amount of time, but I'm just really glad to have been able to get through this so fast, especially since I had schoolwork and all that stuff that was kind of like also occupying me throughout this week. I think at the beginning of this vlog I planned on reading all 4 books by the end of this week, and I should have been a little bit more realistic about that, considering that each of these books is like about 500 pages long, or like more than 500 pages long. So I will definitely end this vlog right after I finish New Moon, and then I'll give like my final thoughts about it. But as of right now, I'm past the point where like all the whole Jacob stuff happens, but when I was reading through all that stuff, I actually kind of like Jacob. And I've said this about Bella as well, but Jacob in the book is definitely way better than Jacob in the movies. I still don't really like the fact that he kind of just like always forces himself to be with Bella. I don't know if that's a good way to describe it, but I just really don't like it when people try and force themselves to be more than what they are, and Jacob is doing that. So that's mostly the reason why I don't like Jacob. But I will say that Jacob is a lot better in the books than he is in the movies. So I'm gonna read the rest of this, and then I'll give my final thoughts after I'm done reading it, and also end this vlog right then. And then we'll start a new vlog right after that of me reading Eclipse and Breaking Dawn. So yeah, I'll check back in a little bit. Hello everyone, last check-in of the vlog. So I just got finished with New Moon, and I'm very happy that I finally finished it after all of these years of putting off reading it. Like I said before, New Moon is not my favorite, so it was a little bit harder to get through this one, but I'm glad I did. Happy to be finally through with it. There's not really much that happens throughout this book, if I'm gonna be really honest, and I already knew that since I've watched the movie so many times. But at the end, You know, I kind of forgot that this happened, but Bella asks the Cullens for a vote on whether she should stay human or become a vampire like them, and Edward kind of throws a fit about that, and I was like, that's kind of like really weird to me. Like, it just like seems super immature for somebody who's been living for so long. I kind of thought that was really weird, but other than that, I think it's like a pretty okay book, and I rated it a 4 out of 5 stars. I just really enjoy learning more about the Cullens and about the Volturi, because some of the Volturi I didn't know about. Like, I didn't know Marcus was able to sense the relationships between people, so I thought that was really interesting. And apparently the older vampires look brittle, or like the way she described it was that their skin looked like it was onion skin, which I thought was really funny. I don't know why I didn't realize this before or like while watching the movies, but New Moon is basically like Romeo and Juliet, I guess. For some reason I never realized that, but reading it now and seeing the constant references to Romeo and Juliet, I'm like, oh, that makes perfect sense that it's like Romeo and Juliet, because one of them thinks that the other person died and then promptly goes to try and kill themselves, just like Romeo and Juliet. I feel like it's really cliche, but that's the way this story pretty much is. It's like this genuine obsession with each other to the point where you would go and like try and kill yourself if you found out that the other person had died. I'm glad that I've read these 2 books, and this is way further than I've gotten since I tried to read them back when I was in high school. And now we're gonna move on to reading Eclipse, which will be in the next vlog, so stay tuned for that. And for both Eclipse and Breaking Dawn, it's gonna be like my completely new thoughts. I mean, although it seemed like I had never read New Moon and Twilight before, I've definitely never read Eclipse and Breaking Dawn before, so it's going to be completely new for me, and I'm really excited to just find out more about the story and everything about this whole universe, I guess. So I really hope you like this reading vlog. It took a lot of effort for me to make it, so I'm really glad that you ended up watching it. Like I said, stay tuned for a part 2, because I will be reading Breaking Dawn and Eclipse in that reading vlog, which I'm probably gonna start right after this. And if you really like these reading vlogs, please let me know, and maybe I can make more of them. I'd really like to make more of these kinds of reading vlogs, because there's a lot of big series that I've never read before. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making this video, and I'm really excited to make a part 2 and see you guys in that one. If you have any book suggestions or video suggestions, leave a comment down below. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, because that would help me out so much. And if you've been watching some of my videos, consider subscribing, because I post new videos every Sunday. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!